All right, we're back. This is back at the house a couple days later. I've got all this stuff unpacked and we'll go through it. You're going to be amazed at some of the deals I got here. Got this beautiful handheld GE 40 channel mobile walkie-talkie. In great shape, working rubber ducky antenna. And I paid $1 for it. It was listed as 10 and then they marked it down at the end of the day. I picked it up. It worked good. Then I got a brand new in the box, realistic replacement microphone for any Radio Shack 5-pin mic. They were asking $2. I got that for $1. Probably going to resell that one. These two little items, I don't know, these are not CB related, but I don't know if you all are old enough to remember this, but this is a AM to FM converter for your car stereo. Surprisingly, most of you won't remember this, but a lot of cars back in the day came with no radio or just a standard AM radio. And this was real popular up through the 70s and even into the 80s. My first car had one of these. Matter of fact, I think my second car had one of these. So you plug it in line with the antenna for your AM radio, and you push a button and turn it on. It bypasses the AM radio, but still uses the speakers that are in your car, and allows you to have beautiful, strong-sounding FM radio. Those things are actually worth quite a bit to people who restore vintage cars. So I picked those up. They were $1 a piece. They probably go for about $30 to $35 each on eBay. So that's a nice little score. And over here, I got two external radio speakers. One of them I'm going to use here at the shop with another device that I'll show you here a little bit down the line. The other one I'm going to put in the car. This is super cool. We'll make a video about this. I've got some work to do to get it hooked up. I've got to download a manual for it. I paid $10 for it. It is a Heathkit HD15 phone patch. And again, I'll cover what this does exactly in another video, but it's in beautiful condition. And it basically allows you to hook up a landline to your CB radio or ham radio and to have two-way conversations from the phone to your mobile radio, which was really cool long before cell phones came out. And we're going to hook it up and work it. We're going to make it work on CB, just to say that we can. Picked up two of these. These are just 12-volt wall converters. I needed those for other projects. I got this little beauty here, which I thought was a 2-meter amp. Losing focus. There we go. I thought that was a 2-meter amp, but I think after doing some research, that's actually a CB amp. Looks like 5 watts in, 50 to 70 watts out. And I haven't tested it, obviously, because it'd be illegal to do so. But that's something I'll probably resell. But still, pretty good find. It's called the TNT 100. And we moved to here. I got this beautiful, realistic, amplified bass mic in fully working condition. Dirty. Looks like it came from a smoker's room. But it works. I tested it out. It's got a 4-pin mic plug. I'm going to change that over to a 5-pin. Might use that with the unit in. So that's really nice. Got a volume control there. So, really cool. And then back here, the bottom two here are 12-volt power supplies for hooking up mobile CB radios and using them as base stations. Now, I actually have a few of these laying around, but I always pick them up whenever I see them if they're a good price, because I can resell them or give them to friends who are getting ready to get into the hobby. And above that, now this is super cool. I haven't ever done a video on it, but I have a Part 15 AM radio station that transmits here from Farpoint Farms. It's a Rangemaster 6000, but when I was younger, I built one of these Ramsey AM broadcast transmitters. Now, I didn't buy the kit that came with this box, but for one whole whopping $1, I have my very own Part 15 radio station. AM1 is the model of this one. I was guaranteed that it works. I haven't had a chance to test it out yet, but that was kind of neat. Those power supplies I picked up, they were both $5 a piece. So on eBay, those sell for between $15 and $25, depending on the model. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Down here, it's Meterville. I always pick these up if I can find them. As you can see, $1 for that one. That one was $3, and this one came with the original manual. That one was $5. But these are great. I'll test them, make sure they work. And again, if I've got friends who are in need of one of these, I'll be happy to pass them along. If not, I can sell them on eBay to help fund some of the other parts of my hobby. So reselling this stuff is part of what I've purchased some of these for, but that's just so I can afford the stuff that I'm not going to be reselling. All right, now we get down to two things. This was not on my scheduled purchase list, but I've got a lot of comments from ham radio operators how they want me to come back into the fold, and I had a 2-meter setup up here in the mountains when I moved up here, but I can't hit the repeaters. They're too far away. what I did was pick up this Radio Shack Htx 252, which is a real basic but workable 2-meter radio. And I'm going to hook it back up with one of those power supplies that you saw a minute ago. I did buy a directional base antenna, a 2-meter antenna. So I'm going to give it a shot, and if I can hit the repeaters, then I'll keep it. If not, I will resell that on eBay. I paid about what that was worth, so that wasn't something that I bought to flip, but it's in fairly good shape. The cord's showing some damage, but that's kind of normal for ones this age. The radio does work, or at least the power's up. I haven't had a chance to transmit on it yet. But there you go, ham radio operators. Look, I have a ham radio again. Okay? Everybody can calm down now. Then over here, this was cool. I paid $15 for that. He wanted $25, and it came with a manual. But that is a Radio Shack digital signal processor, and I'll do a video on this. But again, really basically what it does is you input the audio from your CB radio, or any radio. It could be a ham radio, CB radio. It doesn't even have to be a transmitter. But this thing has a digital signal processing unit, and after making some minor adjustments, you should clear up your signal, get more voice and less static. So these were super expensive. I mean, like $150 when they came out. And even on the used market, I saw several of these on different tables that were going for $60 or $70. And I know that at least one of them sold, because I saw the guy walking around with it later on. And then that moved down to the biggest purchase I had here. This, which is a 6 to 80 meter amp, bass amp. And so that works pretty much most of the ham bands, not all of them. And it's a tube amp. It puts out, supposedly, about 150 amps, or 150 watts. So that'll be interesting to play with. I haven't been able to find anything about the name Sky Ranger, but it is AM SSB capable, and it does power up and warm up, but I haven't had a chance to plug it into anything, basically because I don't have that little 2-meter radio hooked up. Well, wait a minute, that wouldn't work with that anyway. That's right, I bought the other amp hoping to work it with 2-meter. So anyway, this I'll probably resell. Again, I don't have any 10-meter equipment anymore. I don't have my HF rig, but it was such a good deal. I didn't pay a lot for it, but I did pay more than any of the other stuff I bought here. But it was in great shape. It looked good. It's pretty looking, and I thought maybe it would be a nice amplifier if I ever got back into ham radio. So that is that. Sky Ranger by Peterson Electronics in Springfield, Missouri. Really nice bass with 2 tubes. Real nice. And then lastly, I got a little jumper wire, a RG213 jumper, 3-foot jumper wire to go between meters or whatever, which was already made up for $2. Everybody else had them brand new. They were like $16. This guy had it for $2, so that was sweet. I got 100 feet of the LM400, which is like RG213, RG214, but a little bit better even, more flexible cabling, and that's going to be for the new bass antenna. So that is it. That was my trip to the Raleigh Ham Fest. I hope you made it through this whole video or enjoyed this whole video. I might make this part 2 and just stick with the video of me wandering around there as part 1. We'll see how that plays out. But not a bad haul, and something I would certainly go back and do again. That's it for today, guys and gals. I am Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, maybe you'll like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take care.